Unethical life hacks if you want to spice life up a bit. Whenever you go out to dinner with your girlfriend or boyfriend, pretend like you're proposing. You'll probably get free food or free dessert, or someone will offer to pay for your meal. If you want to talk to a real person when calling customer service, start cussing or yelling and you'll get connected to a real person immediately. When eating out, save every coupon you can and always be the one that offers to take up the bill to the waiter. After paying, you can just pocket the difference. Where's your buddy? Let's find out. Part 3. 33% of people have the ability to whistle, but everyone does have the skill set, it's just something you have to learn. About 20% of people have a gap in their front teeth like me, while 78% have had some form of crooked teeth in their lifetime. About 30% of people can flare their nostrils on command, but again, this is a learned skill set and almost anyone can learn. Only about 24% of people were born with the ability to raise one eyebrow. That number increases to 30% when you count the people who learned it as adults. Also, only about 10% of people are left-handed. It's said that left-handed people use more of the right side of their brain than the rest of us. And lastly, this one's crazy, but 14% of people can make this shape with their tongue.
Monster energy drinks are secretly satanic? We need to talk about this! Okay, so this theory comes from this unknown woman who a few years ago presented this in front of an audience, and it is very weirdly convincing. Okay, so let's just take a look at the bottle. Okay, so what we're supposed to think is an M is actually these 3 different symbols, because look at how they don't connect. Now this symbol is literally this, right? Well, behind me is the Hebrew character for 6, which means that the logo is 666, which is literally the devil's number. Now let's take a closer look at monster. So they made the choice to make the O look like this, and many believe that they did this to make it a cross, so that every time you're drinking it, you make the cross go upside down. And if you didn't know, the upside down cross is literally a sign of Satanism and the devil. Don't even get me started on their slogan, Unleash the Beast? What? That sounds satanic if I've ever heard something that's satanic. Monster Energy, please don't come for me, and that is today's conspiracy.
Today we will be discussing the case of Christine Paolia. In high school, Christine was made fun of for having alopecia, which is an autoimmune disease that makes you not grow hair. So, 2 girls that went to school with her named Tiffany and Rachel decided to give her a makeover to be nice and help her boost her confidence. So to thank the girls for being so nice, on July 18th of 2003, Christine and her boyfriend Christopher gunned down Rachel and Tiffany, Tiffany's boyfriend, and Tiffany's cousin inside of Tiffany's house. Both Tiffany and Rachel sustained very brutal injuries. In fact, Rachel was even beaten to death by a weapon. Christine and her boyfriend then thought they were in the clear and weren't going to get caught, but somebody anonymously reported Christine and her boyfriend for being the murderers at the crime scene, and Christine was arrested, but her boyfriend actually committed suicide so that he wouldn't have to go to jail. I wish I could say being nice and polite to people was always rewarding, but then obviously I would be lying.
Airline secrets you're not supposed to know. Have you ever wondered what the hook on airplane wings is used for? Well, this hook is used to support the emergency slide, which may be used if the plane encounters a problem. Did you know that in every pilot cockpit there is an axe? This is to be used if the cabin door gets stuck during a fire on board. You may have noticed this black triangle inside of an airplane. These mark the windows where the plane wings can best be seen. This is in case of emergency and the pilot needs to see what the wings are doing. Ever wondered what that hole in airplane windows is for? Well, it's not a mistake, so don't freak out. It's actually there to regulate the airflow on the plane. And if it wasn't there, the whole plane would be full of condensation.
Yo, what's up? These are facts that sound completely fake and made up, but are actually 100% true. Every glass or sip of water you have ever had to drink has passed through at least one dinosaur in its lifetime. Some butterflies have been said to have up to 12,000 eyes, and others have been known to suck blood out of things. You know, it is said that humans actually have a hibernation gene. Nobody really knows if it's dormant or not, but if it isn't and we get in a life-threatening situation, we may be able to hibernate like bears do. It is said that since the number of combinations for genes is not infinite, there may be at least 7 people around the world that look exactly like you.
Here's the secret ways that famous movie sounds are made. Ever wondered how they make bones sound like they're snapping? Well, they actually use celery. They hold the celery next to a microphone and snap it to make it sound like bones. Ever wondered how they make the sound of a snake slithering around? Well, they simply use gloves and move them on sand. Everybody knows the sound of bicycle tires on dirt, but these sounds aren't made with bikes, and instead they are made with rubber balls. If you've ever wondered how they make the sound of an insect's wing, they actually use a bicycle's tire. They simply spin the tire and hold up some paper against the tire. This then makes a fluttering sound like this.
This guy used deepfakes to remake The Lion King. So this guy here, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name, used deepfakes to remake the live-action Lion King. And in my opinion at least, it looks a million times better. Scar looks creepy as hell now. But then again, so does live-action Pumbaa. I guess on the bright side, at least you can see the emotion on the characters' faces.
Here are 4 things you're doing that could kill you. Number 1, you skip breakfast all the time. Believe it or not, but this harms your weight, blood sugar levels, and your mental health. Number 2, biting your nails. Stop doing this right now. Your nails are a breeding ground for bacteria such as Salmonella and E. coli. Number 3, if you snack while you're on your phone or watching TV, this can cause chronic overeating, heart problems, and diabetes. Number 4, if you sleep with the light on, studies show that doing this can cause anxiety, depression, and obesity, so sleep in the dark, guys. Now comment which one you do.
This is why you should never swallow your toothpaste. In 2009, an 11-year-old girl went to the dentist where she was prescribed a prescription toothpaste. The young lady had a severe intolerance to milk, but after years of not seeing milk in the ingredients in toothpaste, she didn't think anything of it. Within just minutes of using the toothpaste, her lips turned bright blue. Her parents grabbed the EpiPen, used it on her, and even started CPR. When the paramedics arrived and picked her up, she unfortunately passed away.
3 things you need to know before visiting the UK. At number 3, watch out for the bloody stinging nettles. These are the sharks of the plant world and live anywhere from the country to your garden. And don't be fooled because they will attack when you least expect it, leaving a nasty burning rash which spreads like wildfire. At number 2, we are the home of Harry Potter, one of the best movie series of all time. And you can even visit Hogwarts whilst you're here. What's there not to love about that? Just one thing though, yes, platform 9 3/4 is real, but no, it's not a real teleport. So if you're planning a ride on the Hogwarts Express, you come to the wrong place, pal. And at number 1, the UK is football crazy. Not soccer, football. It's a way of life in Britain, and it's a must-do event whilst you're here. Join the crowds with face painting, chanting, singing, and of course, drinking. But if you don't like the sound of that, go and watch some bloody cricket, mate.
Most anticipated movies coming out in 2021, Part 2. The Batman is a reboot of the Batman film franchise. It's set during Batman's second year of fighting crime with the Riddler as the villain. And Robert Pattinson plays Bruce Wayne. Top Gun Maverick is a sequel to Top Gun, which came out in 1986. Tom Cruise's character will be training a new squad of graduates for a dangerous mission. In Fast and Furious 9, the crew fights Dom's brother, who happens to be the most skilled driver they've ever encountered. Sadly, The Rock won't be in it. Black Widow tells the story of Natasha Romanoff's life. At birth, she is given to the KGB, who grooms her to become their best operator. Spider-Man 3's plot was teased by producer Amy Pascal. She said he might be a fugitive and it's a different story than they've ever told before.
Here's some things that only 1% of people can actually do. First is touching your nose with your tongue. If you saw somebody doing this and wondered how they're doing it, it's because they have the ability called Gorlin sign, which allows them to do this. And only a few people in the whole population of the world can actually do this. This next one is nearly impossible. If you can bend your finger like this, if you put your hand on a flat surface like this and try to move your ring finger, it is nearly impossible. And only 1% of people can actually do this. This next one is talking whilst you are breathing. This one is nearly impossible, and I'm guessing that you've just tried it. And I can guarantee you probably could not do it. Only a couple of singers in the world can. And last up is sneezing with your eyes open. Everyone has tried this at least once in their life and has definitely failed at it. That is because it's very rare to do and only 1% of people actually can.
Unethical Life Hacks College Student Edition. If you're out of cash and living on ramen in your dorm, you can get free breakfast at local hotels. Just walk in and pretend like you had a room there. The hotels never check. If you think textbooks are overpriced, then do this. Buy the book on Kindle, reformat it, and then get a refund. This one might get you in trouble, but if you can't afford a parking space on campus, put a traffic cone behind your car and put a helmet in the vest in your back seat. People will think you're doing some type of job there.
Here's what would actually happen if TikTok got banned. Within the first few minutes, people would be outraged. A huge flood of posts from TikTok users would literally break the internet. Within the first hour, tons of petitions and hashtags would be well known, with hashtag #SaveTikTok trending #1. After this, you'd begin to see protests all over the US. When you turn on your TV, all the news will be about TikTok, and Charlie will probably be getting interviewed on national television. And you'd probably see Addison working at Target. Then an alternative TikTok would begin to emerge, which actually is already happening. I just moved to this new app that's a lot like TikTok, but a lot more fun and a heck of a lot less toxic. Add me on there. Links in my bio.
You can't unthink this. Season 2, Episode 4. If the toys in Toy Story were sentient, what did the adult toys have to go through? Can I join? It is difficult to win an argument against a smart person, but it is damn near impossible to win an argument against a stupid person. Politicians are well aware of this. It's really cold, so there can't be global warming. In paintball, you should be allowed to use a paintbrush as a knife. Huzzah! Why call it French toast when you can call it breg? Bread plus egg equals breg. That makes a lot of sense. Water's flavor is dictated by its temperature. I mean, that's not wrong. If tomatoes are a fruit, does that make ketchup a jam? Ketchup jam on toast. That sounds horrendous.
If this happens to you, you need to run fast. If you find a baboon in your house, you need to seriously run fast. Just make sure you lock all the windows and doors when you go out, because baboons are always searching for food, and if you leave your house open, they'll let themselves in. They have some huge canine teeth, and if you interrupt them at feeding time, they can become extremely dangerous. So if you find a baboon in your house, you need to run fast. Make sure you share this message and follow for more.
The most dangerous bugs to ever exist, Part 2. The bug that you're looking at is the bullet ant. Even though these ants are around an inch long, do not get it twisted, they are packing. That is because these ants have one of the most powerful and painful stings known to man. Most people who've been stung by one of these say it is the most painful thing they have ever experienced. Lucky for you, the bullet ant is mainly found in the Amazon rainforest, so most likely you won't be seeing it anytime soon. If you got stung by one of these, the pain would not just go away in a few minutes. You would feel the effects of one of the world's most painful experiences for 12 to 24 hours. There's a tribe that makes you experience this pain for a certain amount of minutes just to become a man. If that's the case, I'm just gonna be a boy for life.
People Who Beat the System, Part 1. This school's dress code doesn't allow boys to wear shorts. So in response, every boy at the school decided to wear a skirt. Stadiums in Iran don't allow women to attend games. But that didn't stop these women from dressing up as men to attend this soccer game. This kid was told to assume the role of a Chinese immigrant in 1870. And he quite literally did just that. This guy's girlfriend said the dog couldn't sleep on the bed, so he decided to sleep on the floor with him.
This is what would happen if the Queen committed a crime. So basically, anytime anyone goes on trial in the UK, it's that person versus the Crown. In other words, it's the Queen versus you. But the problem is, the Queen can't prosecute herself. So yeah, the Queen can actually get away with any crime, but it gets worse. Legally, no arrest can be made in the Queen's presence without her approving it. So if anyone tries to arrest the Queen, all she has to do is say no. 3 reasons why Britain is the best place to live in the world. First up, we don't have any dangerous animals. Africa's got lions, Australia's got snakes, and the worst Britain's got are sheeps and them notorious pigeons. Next up, we've got some true legends including Ant and Dec, and don't forget the king of wildlife, Sir David Attenborough. And lastly, we've got the best comedians and humour in the entire world with people like Ricky Gervais and the legendary TV show The Inbetweeners.
If you've ever had any of these dreams, you should be scared. We need to talk about this. Okay, first we're gonna be talking about dreams where you're falling. Well, if you've ever had a dream of you falling, it could mean that your life is in danger. Basically, the theory goes, if you dream of yourself falling, it actually means that you've been escaping death because you're falling from heaven because your body refuses to die and so it comes back down to earth. But the more dreams you have about falling, the worse, because everyone always wakes up before hitting the ground, and it's said that if you hit the ground, that's when you officially go. Okay, next let's talk about dreams where you're running away. Now this theory goes, if you're running away from something in your dream, it means that something in your real life is catching up to you. Now this could be something small like bad grades, but it also could be something bad, like a person is coming out to get you and they're getting closer each day. And lastly, let's talk about those nights that everyone has where you can't fall asleep. Well, it's said that when you can't sleep, it's because someone else is dreaming of you. But not just any dream, a sexual little nasty dream, and that's why you can't fall asleep, because part of your sleep is literally being used. And that's the conspiracy.
Here's the truth about the Jake Paul fight. Guys, do not follow me after watching this video. I don't want the Logan Paulers to turn me into a Pauler. First of all, the fight wasn't rigged, guys. I mean, just look at how strong Logan Paul is. I mean, like, this is insane, right? Here we have a leaked video of Chris Paul just absolutely going crazy. I mean, this guy trained, and he trained. He was going to win. I mean, for everyone saying there was a lot of money on the line and all that stuff, and of course they're gonna say it's rigged, but I mean, who's gonna be able to beat this guy? Like, what the heck?
I'm gonna make your childhood even better. At the beginning of Moana, Moana saves the life of Crush when he was a little baby. So in this scene, Moana finds a baby turtle that looks exactly like Crush and protects it from all the birds. But when he swims away, he flips onto his back, just like Crush does in Finding Nemo. But there's actually proof of this. If you go to the Disney park Epcot, you can even ask Crush himself.
Are you the baby turtle from Moana?
Dude, like, I don't like to feed into conspiracy theories. But totally.
Believe it or not, this app could literally save your life. Studies have actually shown that people who are lonely are 50% more likely to die prematurely. Some studies even say that being lonely is just as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes every single day. This is because loneliness actually weakens your immune system and increases your risk for diseases such as cancer. So make sure you let your best friends know that you're thankful for them for literally helping save your life. But if you don't have any friends to talk to and you're lonely, no worries. This app actually makes finding friends super easy. All you have to do is tap the URL on my page to get Yubo to make new friends and live stream with them.
Whatever picture you see first reveals what kind of person you are, part 3. Up first is this picture. If you see a lion, it means that you're the type of person to get to the bottom of things, and that you're very brave and not afraid to face your fears. But if you see some sort of exotic bird, then it means that you are kind of an irresponsible person, but you can be creative at times, and you have desire to help the planet. Next up is this picture. If you see 2 crocodiles, then it means you're the type of person that tries to keep every situation under control, and that you're a great leader. But if you see a bird, it means that you love sleeping, and that you're a very straight up person, and you make sure that your opinion is heard.
Facts about heaven you can find in the Bible. There is no moon, sun or light because God is the light of heaven. Stop the clock because there is no such thing as time. Everyone will have their own home or mansion in heaven. And lastly, death shall be no more, neither mourning nor crying nor pain anymore. Make sure you share this message and follow for more.
Your own face might be being used against you. We need to talk about this. Okay, so one of the most scary pieces of technology right now are deep fakes. Now, if you didn't know, deep fakes are when you film someone, but you edit someone else's face onto them. In the past, it's been used to impersonate celebrities or political figures, like this person who looks like Trump and they put his face on it. Now, this deep fake is from 2016, and although it kind of looks like Trump, you can clearly tell it's fake. However, really recently, there's been new technology that's come out to make deep fakes look too real. I'm gonna show you an example of a TikTok that you probably have seen of Zach King that turned out to be a deep fake.
That's Zach King! That is Zach! That is the magic guy! That is Zach! Hey, just the number 1 meal? Yeah. Quick question. Are you Zach King, the magic guy? I am, yes. Oh my gosh!
That's not Zach King, that is a deep fake. Now, this new technology of deep fakes is gonna be very dangerous for public figures, but also for anyone, like you. 96% of deep fakes are used for fake pornography. And on the dark web, people are paying these realistic deep fake editors to edit people they know into porn. So please stay safe online.
Okay, so these are some of the world's luckiest humans. This guy got insanely lucky.